Hi guys, welcome to the Redheaded Crafter. My name is Ashley and I am so happy you're here. Today is a special collaboration video with Missy at the Crafty Cove. Go check her channel out. She is a talented, wonderful, beautiful creator here on YouTube, and I am so thankful that she is working with me as I have not been here very long. So thank you, Missy, and I appreciate you more than you know. So go check her out and subscribe. And I have had the pleasure of working with her the past couple of weeks. She's been so helpful and I am so thankful for her. So don't forget to go check her channel out. And also today we'll be doing a giveaway. There will be a $25 either gift card or cash giveaway or a set of the Farmhouse calendars. All of them. And I'm not sure, I don't think this one's Farmhouse, but for some reason this is in there too. It's got some pretty words. So yeah, you can have this one as well. So 3 of the Farmhouse calendars and a $25 cash or Amazon gift card giveaway. So make sure that you listen for the question and you answer it in both of our videos. Make sure you're subscribed and like the video. That's all you have to do. So I appreciate all your guys' support, and let's get to crafting. Alright guys, in our first project we'll use the scrapbook paper, burlap, and these tags from Dollar Tree. Start by removing the jute and the stars and sanding everything down a little. And then I'm going to put some brown craft paper, just trace it out, cut it out, and I used Mod-Podge and a rolling pin this time, and it works great. I'll show you a little comparison after I get it on there. And just use your rolling pin. It rolls out all them. See? It worked great. Now sand down the edges and then start tracing out your scrapbook paper. I used this pattern that I had to match the top because my scrapbook paper wasn't big enough or long enough. Just match it up and put it on there with the Mod-Podge. It's really not hard because this paper is thicker, so it doesn't bubble up. Next, you're going to cut out your next piece of scrapbook paper and that burlap. This is a sheet of burlap I got from Michael's. It was 99 cents. You could also use burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I did put some antique Waverly wax so you couldn't see that pressed board. I put an even layer of Mod-Podge down, placed down the scrapbook paper, then Mod-Podge the top, laid down the burlap, and hot glued the edges. After that, we will go ahead and paint our truck and some wood letters, both from Dollar Tree as well, with some antique Waverly wax. Then let those dry, and then we will put some cubes, hot glue them on the back so we can make it a 3D piece, and put the pumpkins, tuck them down. I spelled out hello with the poster letters from Dollar Tree. You could also use your Cricut. Then put fall in a diagonal pattern on the other sign. Then we will hot glue our truck down onto the sign, and then glue both those signs together however you like to, put your double tags. Then I made a messy bow. Now this, it's a messy bow for a reason. I just cut strips of fabric, laid them out on top of a zip tie, then pulled that zip tie tight. Once I had it how I liked it, cut off the excess zip tie, glued on a black button in the middle of it, and then glued my hanger on the back. Once I glued that nautical rope, I did put some hot glue on the top of that, and then a little bit of painter's tape. You could also use masking tape, and it just melts into each other and creates a really, really nice hold. After that, I took and antiqued the edges all around the sign, and here's how it turned out. I hope you like it. Our next project, we're going to use this thankful letters or words from Dollar Tree and these canvas 16 by 20 from Michael's. I got 2 of them on sale for $6.99. Start off by taking a rotary blade or, you know, an X-Acto knife and cut your canvas off. Make sure you're cutting on the outside of the staples. You can remove the staples, but for this, it really doesn't matter. We just want to expose that wood frame, and we're going to paint it. Do what I say, not what I do, and don't attach your canvas first. But to attach your canvas, go ahead and start in the corners, staple one side, making sure your canvas is on straight, and then staple the other side and make sure you're pulling it really tight. You can see how I'm doing that. Next, just cut off all of that excess canvas and flip it over, and this is what you got. But like I said, you should already have painted your frame and your canvas first. Now, I had to do some extra work and tape off the canvas and the frame, so, you know, I just got excited and worked ahead of myself. Next, I mixed up some antique Waverly wax, a little drop of black, and a little bit of water, and this is a faux stain. It is like a really dark walnut color. I really liked how it turned out. I just wanted a little bit darker of a color than the wax would have given. I did wipe off a little bit of the excess, and then this is what you are left with. Next, I had to tape off the frame. If this happens to you, I just tucked that tape up under the frame. I start off with some ink by Waverly and give it about a coat and a half. I just wanted a really full, dark coverage on that canvas. Now, when you're painting, pay attention to getting those corners of the canvas. Here is Gather, Thankful, and Family. I use Thankful. Put a couple of good coats of that white by Waverly chalk paint. And if we cannot get this anymore, I don't know what I'm going to do. I heard Dixie Belle was a good brand, but if you know any other good chalk paints that's affordable, leave it in the comments below, please. I would be very thankful. Be sure you get your whole word front and back, and then dry it and you're good to go. You can see where my corners are still white. I had to go around the edges. And then I'm going to take this wire wreath form. It was covered in Valentine tinsel, but I just cut that off and then use my wire cutters to snip it in half. And then I had a wire wreath form. I just took 16 of the 20mm beads and took that paint mixture from the frame and rolled them around, dumped them out, and wiped them down a little bit with that paper towel. But I didn't want to wipe too much off because I liked how dark they were. I used my heat gun along the way. After that, you're going to feed your beads back onto your wire wreath form and then use some needle nose pliers to help you twist it shut. Now, you can decide how big you want your wreath form to be. Mine turned out a little bit large, so my suggestion would be make it a little bit smaller than what you think you're going to need it, because after you add all the florals, it does get quite large. Here, I just put my wreath form down into a a floral foam piece so I could stick my wreath form down or use it for my florals. Now I used eucalyptus, some of those pics from the Dollar Tree, lamb's ear, just a array of greenery and fall pics. Now just fill the side up with all the greenery first. Then I put in some of the leaves. Then I put some pumpkins on top of the leaves. And then added in some berries. Just make it as full or as small or simple as you want it to be. And then once I got everything placed how I liked it, I did use some hot glue on the side. And I covered the floral foam up with a piece of burlap. I did get that roll of burlap at Walmart, but you can use anything from Dollar Tree or whatever you have on hand. I cut a piece of burlap ribbon from Dollar Tree to hang my wreath form. I just used a craft stick, hot glue, and then stuck that down across the back, and it's hung. After that, I distressed my thankful word with some antique Waverly wax, and then sanded it all together and hot glued that on top of my frame. And then this is how it turned out. I hope you like it. The next DIY, we're gonna take this gather sign from the Dollar Tree and take it all apart. It was basically falling apart when I got it. Then some of your favorite scrapbook paper and trace the back out onto the sign. Then cut your scrapbook paper out. Then cover your scrapbook paper with some glue stick or Mod-Podge and that back of the sign, cover it all up. Then you're going to add your scrapbook paper to the sign. Make sure you get it on there straight because I had to redo mine. Now it's time to put our frame back together. Now yours might not fall apart like mine did, but mine did fall apart. So I had to rebuild it with some hot glue. After I got my frame rebuilt, I went ahead and glued my frame to the back. Oh, no, I didn't. I went ahead and painted it with some burnt umber from Apple Barrel. Then, once it was dry, I glued that frame to the back piece. Once I glued the sign together, I thought it was a little plain, so I did end up adding a bow, and you'll see the bow in the pictures. This is how it turned out. I hope you like it.